Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Take 30. Hey, take 26.
Rodgers now to throw. Now, he's got a man complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Terry McLaurin, 67 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. Open man, complete downfield to Davis. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hold me to right. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Set.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here's Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rodgers going to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end flyer move. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
On the handoff, running left, Moss. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run here with Moss. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are back within a score. Boswell good with the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks. Justin
Herbert looking to pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down. Hampton. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 112 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
First carry for Najee Harris. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Here's Herbert. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Herbert now. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, Here's a stop on third down.
So on fourth down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw is Rodgers. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Austin, the man in motion left. Now Rodgers. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So first and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Herbert. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Back to throw. Herbert. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Tough one there. First drive in the 3rd quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Zoom.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Moss. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Now a 2nd and 10.
26. Go to 50. Hey, you block. Stay right.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Steelers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Oh, some strong running. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
This pass complete to Melton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chargers get a bit closer. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And now Metcalf going to get a chance to run.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back north. Inside.
Now Rodgers. Completes it to Austin. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
This game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Here's Rodgers to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's Rodgers.
He'll swing this out to Moss. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Moss on the give up the middle. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Steelers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Now a give running left with Moss. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Steelers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Herbert.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And his throw here's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure to give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Bo Melton
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, not giving up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
134 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Deion Henley in there to bring him down. The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
The throw's going to be caught, and this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Los Angeles.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Herbert.
Open man downfield is Davis.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Hey, ram.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Steelers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And they will take a knee here. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Hey, 88.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He's able to find Melton.
And he's got this down to the 35.
Let's go.
Here's Herbert.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Again, Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But he turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Hey, Kappa. Go.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Catch is made by Metcalf. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Steelers are an extra point away from going up by 30. Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Herbert now. And my goodness, another interception. Down the left sideline. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. They